Hi, Stefan the BMW DIY guy here. One important follow-up to have for my Active Autowerke performance exhaust installation is, how does it sound? Your exhaust is such a critical part of not only performance in your car, but your day-to-day experience and how it sounds. Whether you're at idle, you're at freeway speed, acceleration, it really can make a significant difference. And this product makes a massive change off the OEM, just factory exhaust that I had on my F32. So I wanted to share that. Now my first concern, of course, is does my camera actually capture what it really sounds like? And I hope it does a fairly good job. So I'm going to try to capture all those different scenarios: cold start, rolling and rolling, sitting at idle, through acceleration, freeway speeds, all of that, so you have a good sense of what it'll sound like in your car. All right, let's go out to the car. Okay, so we're going to try something a little bit new today. I'm going to see what I can get for interior cabin sound of the new exhaust. So let's give this a shot. It's not quite cold start, but it's pretty close. Now I've actually rolled out of my garage because the garage artificially increases the muffler sound or the exhaust sound. And so we're not quite cold start because we're sitting outside, but let's give this a shot. Okay, so definitely a little bit quieter because it started already. It's already been started already, but you can definitely hear an increase in exhaust sound through that mid-range right now. So I'm gonna back out. We're gonna get some rolling video because I wanna make sure you guys get a good sense of what this sounds like. And ignore a little bit of brake rotor squeak here as I come out. It's been pretty bad weather, and I've got a pretty steep driveway. So you get to hear a little bit of exhaust sound as I come out of the driveway here. And really, I want to kind of give all the scenarios that I can give to see how this sounds. So first of all, you're not going to be obnoxious to your neighbors as you leave in the morning. So I'm going to stop talking. So here we are, 1500, 1800, 1900 RPM. Definitely a very mellow mid-tone note through the exhaust that you can hear as this goes. And really not too bad, really not too bad. So this gives you a good example of what it's going to be like, because I definitely have some friends that have M4s, F32 M4s, and you do not want to have the full performance exhaust settings set. Yeah, if you're heading out early, say for example to work in the morning or something similar. So we're gonna move up here, give this a little bit of a shot. Pretty reasonable mid-tone, about 1400 RPM. You can definitely hear it. All right, so I'm going to take it out to a place where I can open it up a little bit and get a little bit more of a sense of the exhaust note. Okay, so we got a bit of a rolling start here, out in country roads a little bit. So you can definitely hear a deeper growl. The mid-tone goes away. You get up about 3,000 RPM and you definitely get quite a bit more growl out of the exhaust. Now what you might be able to hear a little bit is my intake. I have a aftermarket intake from one of my other partners in. It adds quite a bit of intake noise. So if you hear a little bit of hiss along with it, it's probably my intake. So as we go through this, you'll see now we're back to about 2200 RPM. Pretty reasonable, mellow mid-tones. I'm gonna lug on this hill a little bit, see if I can get some deeper midtones. So as you can tell, all in all, pretty reasonable. Definitely adds quite a bit of midtone that wasn't there before, but it's also not obnoxious, and you're not going to wake your neighbors up or sound like you've cut your muffler off. I really like it. It adds quite a bit of tone. So the last test I want to do is I'm going to get up on the freeway here for a little bit, and you can hear some freeway as well and some acceleration as I go through that, and I want you to be able to hear that as well. Okay, so we're going for the freeway on-ramp here. Give a little bit of space because I'm going to go from cold start with a little bit of aggression out on the freeway. Here we go. Never got about 4,000 RPM, and I'm at a limit right now due to conditions and traffic. But the pull now is really significant, especially when you get above about 2,400 RPM. For a car that was bone stock when I bought it, changes like I've done with the exhaust has made a significant difference in the feel of the car. It is very, very quick. And I'm much more aware at the moment of my conditions because I don't want to overdrive for my conditions or the traffic or the weather. So, and here we are back we're doing freeway speed, 2,400 RPM, 6 gear, and really reasonable, not overwhelming exhaust sound, back to just road noise, and very, very reasonable. I think that the Active Autowerke Performance Exhaust adds some really, really great mid-tone notes. It adds some higher growl that I definitely didn't hear before that change. As you get above that 3,500 RPM or so, and the mid-tone's really, really nice. But then it's also very mellow for just regular driving. If you're commuting or just straight and level, it's not going to be overwhelming. So, all in all, I'm really impressed. So I'll shoot one last segment as actually I pull back in to hear the notes as you pull in, and then the notes as the engine shuts down. Most of that cold start burble is gone. You do hear it a little bit if you listen very, very closely. If you get sharp pedal inputs and cutoffs, you do get a little bit of burble, but that's mostly gone. You'll hear it mostly during cold start. So we'll give one last segment pulling in, and hopefully this is giving you a good sense of what it sounds like. Okay, so here we are in just back in neighborhood speeds, and you'll hear a little bit of extra engine noise as I pull in. I've got a little bit of a steep driveway, so you're gonna hear that more than a flat driveway. It's good time to mention adjust your exhaust tips. And you can hear once the engine's warm, even in an enclosed space, it's not that bad. So you can hear a little bit of burble, not quite as sharp as when it's cold. But all in all, really, really pleasant. Obviously makes a huge difference in performance. I think you're gonna really like this addition to your car. Okay, back inside obviously after the drive. So all in all, I want to say how impressed I am with the Active Autowerke Performance Exhaust. The range of sound difference that it's made in my car is tremendous. I really didn't have much exhaust sound with the stock OEM exhaust that I had before. It wasn't any of the upgrades, it was just the standard, what you get when you order at OEM. And this has made a tremendous difference. And for me, I feel like it's really walking a great line between a good extra mid-tone note, aggression when you get on it a little bit, but not over the top. It's not something that's super, super aggressive, sounds like your muffler's been cut off, or something that sounds way too far over the top for what you're driving. So all in all, just from a sound place, I'm really impressed with their offering. the other thing that you want to look at as well is performance. Now, that's a little bit harder to measure beyond, gut impression, or you take your car and put it out on a dyno. So, but all in all, I'm really impressed. I really feel like my car really opens up significantly more, especially as I cross about 2,800 or 3,000 RPM. There's a big kick, there's a big push that really wasn't quite there before. So as you look at adding something like exhaust, as they say time and time again, if you want performance, you have to free up your exhaust. Now there's a lot of different ways to get there as you go from the motor all the way back to the exhaust at the far end. But that exhaust is a very, very important component. So in a case like this, not only can you change the sound of what you do with your car, but you can actually change the performance. And all in all, I'm really, really impressed. I really want to thank Active Autowerke for giving me this opportunity. They make fantastic products. Mike from Extreme Powerhouse is a pleasure to work with and really should be your one-stop shop for performance components for your car. He's a really, really pleasant person to work with, and I've really, really enjoyed it. If you liked what you've seen, please click like and subscribe below. If you have any questions, please let me know. Any feedback, that would be great. And I'll see you on my next video.